visiting team from South Pointe.
And welcome to Lancaster Memorial Stadium. We are here tonight going to witness the Lancaster Bruins take on the South Pointe Stallions. We are excited to be back on a Friday night. You know, Thursday was last week because of the hurricanes coming through, and luckily we didn't get too much of damage or weather there. Looks like the South Pointe Stallions are going to receive the kick, which means Lancaster will get it in the second half. So we're excited about this matchup. Fletcher's with me, Fletcher Armbrust. I'm TJ Armbrust. Fletcher, what are you looking forward to from this game?
I'm looking forward to a good game, competitive. Not quite sure if we'll see that, but looking for a competitive game.
Yeah, both of these teams, started out the season pretty hot. Lancaster beat Chester early on, then lost a tough game to Irmo, but I thought they played pretty well. That game was here. We Learn TV did that game, and it was a good game to see from them. Then they went to Rock Hill, or they beat Rock Hill here at home, and Fairfield Central, and then they went to White Knoll, and White Knoll is a pretty good team and got beat pretty good there. And then at Northwestern last week in the first region game and also got beat there. But South Pointe, a lot of the same way. They started off the season pretty hot, 4 straight wins against the likes of Gaffney and Rock Hill, Mallard Creek, then beat Chester. But then the last 2 weeks, they kind of hit a skid and lost to South Florence, and then last week in their first region game, they lost to Catawba Ridge. South Pointe, one of those teams that is year in and year out a contender to win it all. And Lancaster last week taking on Northwestern, another one of those contenders to win it all. And they want to be able to consider themselves in that same boat. Take a look right there at the Lancaster Bruins getting ready to come out. It's kind of a homecoming here for the South Pointe coach, Bobby Collins, and those are his old team right there, the Lancaster Bruins. Bobby Collins here for a long time and did a great job with this program and has moved on and is now this first year at South Pointe. So we're looking forward to see how he comes in here and is ready to take on his old stomping ground, so to speak.
Those are fire extinguishers.
So already some kind of gameplay maybe going on there. South Pointe waiting until Lancaster came out before they ran out. So we're excited for football. I think this could be a spirited matchup. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think this could be a very nice matchup potentially, but never really know until we see some football first.
Yeah, this is a game I know a couple years ago, maybe even 3 or 4 years ago, man, South Pointe and Lancaster went toe-to-toe. It was such a good game, went back and forth, and I thought Lancaster was going to pull it out, and South Pointe came back, had the ball, I think, last, and drove down and scored super late in that game to go up. These teams usually battle each other pretty well, and hopefully this is going to be a really good competitive game and that we'll get to see these Bruins take out on top. It would be a huge, huge win and a huge confidence booster for them to be able to leave the stadium tonight with a win.
Yeah, it could be a really good win for either team, honestly. They both really need one right here.
When he kicks the ball.
Yeah, both teams at 0-2 in the region, and the region is what really matters here. So one of these teams is going to get their first region win tonight. Bruins kick off, and it's going to be taken at the 13-yard line. One man misses. They got a convoy down this right sideline. He's going to cut back. He's going to get knocked out about the 50, but a great start for South Pointe. Great field position.
Yeah, it's a really nice run.
And a big hit there by Lancaster. It looked like they were pretty excited about it, but still, after a big return, it's nice that you tackled them with a big win, or a big hit, but you gave up 40 yards to start off there.
Yeah, that's definitely not the ideal start for Lancaster. Pretty nice start for South Pointe. They've got to be pleased with that.
Trotting out their offense. Number 3, Malachi Marshall at quarterback, the junior. He's got no running backs with him. They throw a quick out to the outside, get it to one of their quick guys, and going to get knocked out of bounds after a pickup of 8. That looks to be number 4. Cry Rollinson. Kyer Robinson, Rollinson. Again, 5 receivers.
5 wide.
3 right, 1 left. Looking to that right, rolling out this way. They're going to throw a flag. This ball is going to be caught, but it's going to come back, I think.
Yeah. It was a nice catch by number 11, Armendez Husky, but it's going to be called back ultimately.
I think the left tackle there with the hold. Couldn't tell which Bruin it was coming around the edge there, but looked like he was quick off the edge, and the left tackle grabbed a hold of him.
Yep, and it was indeed holding. So 2nd and long.
It's going to move it back 10. Looks like the spot of the hold was at the 45, so it's going to move it to the other 45 back into South Pointe territory. Bring up a 2nd down now and 15.
Yep, again 5 wide, 3 receivers right, 1. No, not 5 wide. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left.
They brought number 2 up into the backfield. That's Caleb Sims. Sims, their leading rusher so far this year. They throw it down the middle. Oh, almost one-handed, but couldn't quite hang on to it.
It was a nice play. Nice throw, too. Just couldn't quite bring it in.
Intended for Rollinson. Bring up a 3rd down and 15 for the Stallions.
We've seen them sort of go right down the field quickly, but they've gone backwards and not anywhere in back-to-back plays.
Yeah, they get that big return and then not much. Looks like they're going to get those 5 yards back, though, maybe. Offsides on the Bruins.
Bring up 3rd and 10. Right at midfield. Two receivers out to each side.
Sims in the backfield. They're looking to throw and throw that in, deep in, but it is incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 10, and I think you're probably going to see the punting unit for the Stallions.
Yep. Be the wise decision to make. South Pointe looked pretty good right there for a second, but then stalled out right at the end.
Yeah, they get 9 yards or 8 yards on 1st down and then get nothing out of it. Here's the kick.
Number 10, Ladarius Cloud, back to receive.
Moffitt gets this one, number 2. Zy Moffitt. Takes it forward to about the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. And we get to look at this Bruins offense. Number 3, Jerron Stevenson, trots out at quarterback. Stevenson, a good runner back there at quarterback. Also can hit the pass if he needs to. Also, Mikael McCullum has been big for this team running the ball. He's
sure
directly
was.
to his left.
I believe he was over 100 yards last game.
Yep. Tay Truesdell deep behind Stevenson. Receiver either side. Looks like they got South Pointe to jump, get 5 yards, doing nothing.
1st and 5.
Lancaster going to huddle up again. Run something a little bit different on 1st and 5.
These two teams are lining up very differently. South Pointe with 5 wide or 1 running back in the backfield. They've got 3 receivers in the backfield.
They give it the first man through. That's number 16, Tay Truesdell. He's going to pick up about 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and short.
Luckily that all sides
Yeah.
came in clutch to allow the second and short.
And this is a down here, second and short, where, you know, you can try something maybe down the field here. If you can get your quarterback a little time, you make a fake, and you got some speedy receivers, especially Ladarius Cloud here on the near side, number 2 or 10. But they're going to run it right up the middle. Is that Truesdell again? Running hard.
That was a very nice run. It looked like it was a low snap, too. Stevenson did a nice job of just handing the ball off.
Gain of 10 on the play. It was Tay Truesdell. Both carries to start off. Ball sitting at the 37-yard line.
Again, one receiver to each side.
They give this one again to Truesdell. Not much going there this time.
Loss of a couple, I believe.
Yeah. Loss of 2. Second down and 12.
Wonder if we'll see any of the Lancaster's passing game. Haven't seen any at all.
Still early on. Stevenson takes the snap. Again, they give it the first man through, going nowhere. They're keying in on that one. They got to do something different here. Now we got third down and long.
Yep, most likely going to see a throw here. Wonder if we'll see a different formation.
Yeah, same personnel. I would think probably not a different formation here, but they've been consistent straight up the middle with Truesdell.
Yep.
They see something in that line that maybe they're trying to exploit, but the last 2, it hasn't been much.
They do indeed stay with the same formation.
They get Stevenson throws it deep, and that ball is picked off. Here comes the return. And into Bruin territory.
Is that number 21?
Yeah.
Zantuan Nelson, the junior.
And he picked it off at about the 25, had a great return.
He looked like he was the receiver on that play. The ball just went right where he ran.
Yeah, it carried a little bit on Stevenson.
Again, number 3, Malachi Marshall, quarterback for this offense.
There's another penalty flag down. Not much going there for number 2, the running back. It's Caleb Sims. Another holding against South Pointe. They're going to replay first down.
They'll bring it back about 10. Bring up first and long. Seen quite a bit of penalties already in this game. That is a bit of an altercation on the sideline.
Got game going on down there. We got, ball overthrown.
They're a little bit distracted there. So bring up second and long. This South Pointe offense looks like they're having 2 people in the backfield along with the quarterback so far. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left.
Wide receiver screen. Had some blocking in front of him. Good job by the Bruins to snuff that out, and tackle is going to bring up a 3rd down and long for South Pointe.
Yep. It looked like it was a well-designed play, but just blown up by this Bruins defense.
Ball thrown deep. They got a man out there. He makes the catch.
Oh, that's a very nice play. It was
Good catch, number 8.
Javon Sanders.
Javon Sanders. South
Offense.
Pointe quick. They get set up.
Here in the red zone.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field. We're going to take one with them. We're watching high school football on Learn TV. And welcome back to high school football here on Learn TV. 1st down and 10 for South Pointe. Took a timeout here to make sure they were straight. Ooh, and what a defensive play there by the Bruins.
Blown up by 3 Bruins there. South Pointe's been marching right down the field, but the Bruins have made a couple nice stops.
Second and 17 after a great defensive play.
2 receivers out to each side. Caleb Sims in the backfield alongside Malachi Marshall.
Thrown to the outside.
Number 11, Armendez Husky.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. Bring up a 3rd down and 10.
About halfway through this first quarter, no scores yet. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. South Pointe's looking to the sideline for the call.
They throw it down the middle. They got a man there, and it's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown for South Pointe, number 6 with the catch.
Damari Kendrick.
Good little play. It was thrown a little bit behind him. Looked like the Bruin there had a chance. I think it was maybe Tay Truesdale, number 16, had a chance to get his hand on it. It was just over his outstretched arm.
A very nice throw by Malachi Marshall. Gonna kick the PAT.
That's his 8th touchdown pass of the year.
It's good. Bruins will get a chance to respond from that. Nice, very nice drive by South Pointe.
So now we got to look for this Bruin offense to respond.
Number 17, Jacob Brookover to kick.
Here's the kick. It's going to go into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Lancaster will take over at the 20. First and 10. Let's see if Jerron Stevenson in this Lancaster offense can get something going. A little bit different formation here. He's in the shotgun. Gives it first man through.
He was stuffed by number 54, C.J. Dixon.
Is that McCullum? Mikhail McCullum had a big game last week. Once he gets going, he's one that's hard to stop. So if you can stop him before he gets going, that's going to be what South Pointe's got to be able to do. But I think Lancaster's going to find a way to get him going.
Lancaster looking to respond. Down 7-0.
They throw it to the outside. They got a man out there and a little bit behind him.
Bring up 3rd and long.
Ball intended for number 25, Avery Alexander. Third and 11. Stevenson keeps this one up the middle. We get tackled at the 25. It's going to be about 5 yards short.
Looks like we're going to see the punting team for the Bruins. Looks like we're going to see number 21, Prince Blaman, to kick.
High snap, he handles it, and he gets it off. Short kick, taken at the 43-yard line. Mention our underwriters. Lancaster County, Founders Federal Credit Union, the City of Lancaster, Comporium Communications, and the Lancaster County Natural Gas Authority. And a special thanks to Applebee's on Highway 9 Bypass in Lancaster. And the Coalition of Healthy Youth reminds you that after the final play, real life begins. That's the real game, you versus you. Don't let drugs and alcohol steal your opportunities.
This South Pointe's offense looks like they're going to try to repeat what they did last time. Looks like there's no one in the backfield but the quarterback.
And good play on first down, gain of 13 for South Pointe.
I guess that wasn't the quarterback. I don't believe that was. That was number 32, DJ Barksdale.
Officials talking about it.
I don't
Call
believe
personal foul on the Bruins.
Bruins fans are not happy about that call.
Yeah, it looked like wasn't much there, and he just kind of fell over. It almost was theatrical.
Like the NBA. that's still a big game for South Pointe. 15 yards in the first down. That's pretty nice for them, I guess.
Looking to throw. They got a man on the in route. Pickup of about 15 for South Pointe.
Number 6, Damari Kendrick.
Down to the 16, excuse me.
Into the red zone. This is the second time we've seen this offense drive down the field right into the red zone.
Yep, this Lancaster Bruin defense got to make a play here. This ball, and there's the play right there. It's one that we needed, number 51 for the Bruins.
Buddy Pogue.
Buddy Pogue with a big tackle, right? Johnny on the spot right there. Loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13.
Two receivers out to each side. Looking for the call.
Marshall again looking to throw. Down the middle. Good defensive play.
Yep.
Got a hand on that. Who was that? Number 4.
Curtin Witherspoon.
Curtin Witherspoon with a great defensive play right there.
Yep, to bring up the 3rd and long.
Here's the look at it again. He's on the he's on the outside there. He got his hand around. Good defense. That's good cornerback play.
This offense got 3 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Marshall looking to throw. Throws it to the outside over here. That ball overthrown. Going to bring up a 4th down for South Pointe.
Are they going to kick the field goal? Looks like they are. Potentially could make this a 10-7 game. Still in the first quarter.
Kick is up.
It's good.
And it is good.
This is a bit of a change of pace from our last week game. Score was already 100 to 72.
Yeah, the AJ score last week, they had 60-some points, 40-some points after the first quarter. Right now we got a 10-0 game. South Pointe on top after the 36-yard field goal and 2:22 to go. Again, this Lancaster offense got to get into a groove here, get something moving.
Number 17, Jacob Brookover to kick this away. The Bruins want to get something going on this drive. Down double-digit points already in the first. They really want to respond with some points.
Here's the kick. It looks like it's going to be into the end zone, be another touchback.
Number 3, Jerron Stevenson leads this offense. Quarterback. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Bit of different formation than what we've been seeing. Low snap, hands it off anyway.
Gain about 3 on the play.
Bring up 2nd and 7.
Stevenson's going to keep this one.
Whoa. That was a big hit right there.
Looks like he's going to lose about a yard. Going to bring up another third down for the Bruins, third down and long.
Is Stevenson going out of the game?
No,
Or
he's just
getting a
going
call?
to get the call from coach.
All right.
Third down and 8. Got to get the ball to the 30-yard line for a first down.
Again, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left.
Stevenson
Rolling
rolling
right.
out to his right. He's got a man out there. Makes the catch. Good toss.
Gonna be a first down. About less than a minute in this first quarter.
Number 4 with the catch.
That's Curtin Witherspoon. Again, called his name a couple times already.
Good looking first down on third and long. That's something the Bruins needed there. Get some good feelings here on offense. Get into a little bit of a rhythm.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Stevenson keeps this one himself. He's going to pick up about 3. That may be our last play of the first quarter here. Down to 12 seconds. And that looks like that's going to be it. That'll be your final play of the first quarter. We'll be back with some second quarter action. 10-0. South Pointe on top of the Bruins. You're watching high school football on Learn TV. And welcome back to high school football here on Learn TV. TJ Armbrust joined by Fletcher Armbrust. Lancaster Bruins have the ball. Second down and 7. Ball at the 36-yard line. They got their first down just a few minutes ago, trying to get something going here on offense, get some flow.
Yep, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Low snap. Stevenson throws it down the middle. Got his man. He hangs on to it. Almost looked like he was about to lose it, but did a good job hanging on to it. Number 44. We don't know who that is. He's number 44.
It was a nice job of hanging on to the ball. Bring up first down and 10. Two receivers left, 1 to the right. Lancaster hasn't been able to get much of a run game going. And as I say that, they gain quite a bit of yards.
Yeah, it's a 5-yard gain. That's a good gain on first down, maybe even a little bit more. Looks like maybe 6 yards. Brings up a second down and 4.
Looks like I spoke too soon.
Yeah, and plays like that, keep getting 3 or 4, 5 yards, especially on first down. Get your team on schedule. Again, this good-looking drive by Lancaster so far, but you got to be able to finish these drives and get some points out of it. Into South Pointe territory. Ball sitting at the 44-yard line.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rolling to the right.
They give this one to McCullum up the middle. He's got it. Plenty of yards for a first down. Looks like a gain of about 8.
Yep, their run game's been working since I said it wasn't.
Yeah, keep saying it wasn't.
Lancaster, this is the first long sustained drive we've seen all day from them. They've had a nice combination of the run and the pass, keeping the South Pointe defense on their toes. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rolling to the right.
And Stevenson kept that one, but number 1 was quick to get there.
A.J. Miller.
For South Pointe. He was quick off the edge.
Nice play.
Loss of a yard.
Bring up 2nd and 11.
This is the big down for the Bruins here. They got to get some positive yards out of this, shorten that 3rd down. Be able to open up your playbook a little bit that way.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right again.
Looks like we had a timeout called on the field by the Bruins. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching high school football here on Learn TV. And welcome back to high school football here on Learn TV. 9:24 to go. Lancaster with a 2nd down and 11. Called timeout to make sure they dial up something good here on 2nd down.
Yep, they've really driven down the field this drive.
Yeah, they've done a great job. Want to get something out of it, though. Stevenson looking to throw. He throws it to the outside, and that ball a little bit
Underthrown.
Yeah, and it's probably good job. If he throws that ball perfect, I think it maybe gets picked off.
So then is it perfect?
So if he throws it, so it was perfect for them that it was incomplete, I think. But brings up a 3rd down and 11.
Yep, kind of a lose-lose situation there.
Yeah, you lose your down, you don't get any yards, but it's better than throwing an interception in that situation.
Yep, Lancaster not quite in field goal range yet. Definitely want to get something here. They're at the point where if they don't get this, they might still go for it.
Yeah, if they pick up some yards, especially here. Throw it down the middle. Oh! He had his man. There's a couple guys out there and overthrows them by a little bit. And looks like the punt unit's going to head on out.
So try to pin South Pointe deep in their own territory. Play called dead.
Timeout called on the field by South Pointe. I'm going to mention our underwriters. Lancaster County, Founders Federal Credit Union, the City of Lancaster, Comporium Communication, Lancaster County Natural Gas Authority, and a special thanks to Applebee's on Highway 9 bypass in Lancaster. Thank you for taking care of our crew tonight. And the Coalition of Healthy Youth reminds you that after the final play, real life begins. That's the real game. You versus you. Don't let drugs and alcohol steal your opportunities. So South Pointe, not sure if they wanted to go after this punt or they just didn't have the right personnel or what it was out there. Not a normal down. I think you see a team take a timeout usually when the other team's punting to you. So they maybe just didn't have the right personnel out there.
I think that leaves South Pointe with only one more timeout.
Yeah, South Pointe's got one left and Bruins got two. 9-11, still a lot of time left.
And they are going to punt. Lost.
The punt is,
That's a rough
tough.
break for
That's tough
the
for
Bruins.
Lancaster, yep.
South Pointe's now got great field position instead of terrible field position. Has it been two drives in a row South Pointe scored on? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they kicked off and Lancaster drove down the field. Had a pretty good drive going for them until they had to punt right there. So South Pointe takes over already in Bruin territory, great field position, ball at the 43-yard line.
number 3, Malachi Marshall at quarterback. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
They throw it outside. He could throw that ball. Lefty throws it out there. He's got a man.
That was a very nice play. A.J. Miller on the reception. Nice trick play to keep the defense on their feet. That was number 11, Armendez Husky on the throw. South Pointe in this hurry-up offense. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left.
Marshall with it, and I think he's going to throw this one away.
Yep, there's a flag down, though. They call intentional grounding?
I don't think so. It's like going to go against them, though. Go against South Pointe.
Didn't quite see the ruling from up here.
Back him up 5. It's going to be first down now and 15.
Is there a false start? Maybe? I don't know. Rolling right.
Kind of try to run it, and Pogue there again with a big tackle. He's made a couple big plays here for the Bruins tonight.
Yep, bring up 2nd and long. Gain of about 3. Two receivers to each side. Caleb Sims in the backfield. Looking at the sideline for the play.
Marshall looking to throw. Throws it down the middle. He's got a man. That ball
Intercepted.
Ball tackled at the 25.
Ball was
Big play by the Bruin defense. They needed that.
That's number 5, Jermaine Flowers. The ball was tipped right here and then just fell right into his hands. Actually, I do not believe, was that number 5?
No, it was 20.
Oh, 20.
I think.
Demaje Hayden. So this Bruins offense gets another chance right here. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Rolling right.
Is that Witherspoon again?
Yep. Looks like he did get his feet down.
Yeah, he got one down.
That's all you need in high
That's
school.
all you need in high school. It's going to be about a yard short of a first down.
Lancaster going to try to get something going. They did last drive, but eventually stalled out.
They send 3 receivers to the left. You got 1 to the right.
Stevenson keeps it.
Good looking run. Pickup of about 7.
Bring up 1st and 10. Stevenson's limping. Is he going out of the game? Nope. Looks like he's going to stay in.
Ball sitting at the 40-yard line. See if they can reward that defense by putting some points here. Is that Dakari Vaughn?
Not quite sure. I don't really see a number. Bring up 2nd down and 8.
They get South Pointe to jump again.
Bring up 2nd and 3. Three receivers left, 1 to the right. Throws it. Looks like they did get a 1st down. Is that number 16, Tay Truesdale?
I think that was 25. I think that was Avery Alexander with the catch. 26. It's Brendan Alexander.
Both struck out right there.
I was closer. 6 minutes and counting here for the Bruins.
Mine had a 6 in it, though.
Back into Stallion territory.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left.
They give that ball 1st man through. He falls forward, picks up 4.
A little less than halfway done. A little more than halfway done with this 2nd quarter.
Stevenson gives it right up the middle.
Oh. Didn't quite go all the way.
That was Bryce Surratt, though. He had a big hole in front of him. He knew he wasn't going to have the wheels to go the whole way, so he looked for somebody to hit.
No flags, I don't think. It's a nice run. Really set his team up in good positioning.
Down to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10.
Pickup of 4. Bring up 2nd down now and 6. Now the Bruins they're getting positive yards. This entire drive, they've got to be able to continue to do that.
Two receivers right, 1 to the left.
Ball's going up the middle. Is that Tay Truesdale again? Trying to get to the 10-yard line. Looks like he does get to the 10. Picks up another couple. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. .335 and counting. And I think these Bruins right here now are in 4-down territory. I think they want to score a touchdown here. I don't think they're looking for 3.
Since it's a 10-point game, I think 3 points would be fine.
We got a timeout down on the field. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching high school football here on Learn TV.
Welcome back to high school football here on Learn TV. It's a 10-point game. Lancaster drove down the field. It's in the red zone on the 10-yard line.
3rd and 4. Stevenson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. McCullum gets down to, it's close to a 1st down. Depends on the spot of this ball. Looks like they're going to be about a yard short.
If it's a yard short, then I think it's a genuine question whether to go for it.
They go for it. I think they're being aggressive. They don't want to tie this game. They want a touchdown going into the half here. They want to feel good.
Yep. However, there is always a risk in going for it.
Always a risk.
Hand it off.
Give it straight up the middle, and he gets stuffed.
There's a couple South Point guys right there on that tackle. So we saw an opportunity right there where the risk does not pay off.
The bright spot for the Bruins here is the offense has caught some rhythm. They've moved the ball down the field the last couple times. The unfortunate part is they haven't gotten any points out of it, and that's what really matters at this point. You got to get some points out of the this. 2:40 to go. South Point getting the ball back, up 10-0.
South Point offense out there. 2 receivers to each side. One rolling right. Going out left.
That Pogue again. We've said his name quite a bit, quite a night. And South Point has used motion here quite a bit in the second quarter. We didn't see much of that in the first, but now we're seeing him with that motion with number 6.
Three receivers right, one to the left.
Marshall looking to throw. God's man down the middle. Makes one man miss. Getting up the sideline.
It's a nice play by number 4, Kyrie Rollinson.
Rollinson has made 3 or 4 different plays in the passing game here for the Stallions.
And he went out of bounds, so the clock stops, right? Looks like it is. 3 receivers right, one to the left. Passing again. Sack.
Is that number 28?
R.J. Buford.
Or no, that was number 50, maybe. I'm not sure who it was, to tell you the truth. One of those guys up front. It may have been Tristan Gist.
Two receivers out each side. This clock is rolling almost to the 1 minute mark.
They throw it to the outside. They got some blocking out there. Witherspoon with a great tackle.
South Pointe does get out of bounds, though.
Minute 11. 3rd down and 5.
Three receivers left, one to the right. Defense is still getting set. Looks like there is going to be a jump.
There is a penalty.
So if this is against the Bruins, this
It
could be
is.
a first down. Yep, looks like it is.
They're going to move those chains.
Three receivers left, one to the right. It's a big play for South Pointe. They don't have to worry about 3rd down. The ball was tipped by number 12, Jamichael Mackey. It's a nice play. Bring up 2nd and 10. It's about a minute left in the first half. Both teams have one timeout left.
2nd and 10 for the start.
Three receivers left, one to the right. Throwing, number 4, Kyrie Rollinson.
And
Interception.
Xavier Graham with a great tackle there.
Yep, really stopped potentially a big play from breaking out. Inside the 1 minute mark.
3rd down now and 6.
Yep, two receivers out to each side. We got a timeout here.
Timeout taken by South Pointe. Mention our underwriters. Lancaster County, Founders Federal Credit Union, the City of Lancaster, Comporium Communication, the Lancaster County Natural Gas Authority, and a special thanks to Applebee's on Highway 9 Bypass in Lancaster. Thank you so much for taking care of our crew tonight. And the Coalition of Healthy Youth reminds you that after the final play, real life begins. That's the real game, you versus you. Don't let drugs and alcohol steal your opportunities. 46.2 seconds to go here in the second quarter. South Pointe on top 10-0.
South Pointe's driving down the field looking for a score right here.
And this would be big if this Bruin defense can keep them off the scoreboard here going into the half. Their offense started to find some rhythm, moved the ball down the field, did not get points out of it, but if they can keep them at this, they got to feel pretty good going down 10-0 into the half, as opposed to having to score, 2 touchdowns to get this closer to a tie. So big opportunity for this defense.
He's running and sacked again. They need to hurry to the line if they want to have a chance for a couple more plays because they have no timeouts. This clock is rolling at the 30-second mark.
It looks like they're going to be content with this going to the half. The quarterback's got to come off the field anyway because his helmet came off, so I think the coach will take this one to the locker room and be content with a 10-0 game. And so we're going to be back for some second half action.
You're watching high school football here on Learn TV.
The band is under the direction of Ethan Dyer, with assistance by Taylor Udi, Natalie Knight, Richard Dyer, and Dara Silvestro. The band is under the field leadership of drum major Alex Pointe. We will allow the band to set up for their wonderful performance. Excellent job, Bruins band. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Lancaster High School Bruin Band. The Bruin Band received their 5th straight excellent rating and the highest score in 5 years last week at the Hartsville Tournaments of the Band. The band will compete next Saturday at the River Bluff Swamp Classic at 11 a.m. Good luck, Bruins. The Stallions will be kicking off for the second half. The Bruins will be receiving. Well, we got 3 Geek this time. Number 4, Witherspoon. Number 10, Cloud. And number... I think it's 16, Tuesday.
That's all you got to say to me. Oh, yeah, man. You ain't never know, bro. You already know.
It's looking drive 3, actually, I believe. But we're not able to capitalize on any of them. In South Pointe, they look good on their 2 much since.
This ball taken with Aries Cloud. And I tell you what, he's electric, good return, and they've got to get him the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, that was a nice return. We've seen 2 nice returns to open up each respected half.
So the Bruins take over at the 39-yard line.
Jerron Stevenson leads out his offensive team, leads out his team on offense as the quarterback. Hands it off.
Is that Mikhail McCollum? I tell you what, he doesn't look very big, but man, he runs really hard.
He had a nice Javonte Williams-esque run right there. Just dove right through the contact.
Picked up first down. Ball at the 50-yard line.
Jerron Stevenson gets sacked. Was a nice play by number 1, A.J. Miller. Bring up 2nd and long.
Stevenson looking to throw. He's got a man out there and overthrows him just a little bit. Brings up a 3rd down and 15 for the Bruins.
Wonderful to see anything on this play for the Bruins.
And I think this is a play. If they could pick up 7, 8, maybe even 9 yards on here, and it's a 4th down and short, under 5, maybe even 6 or 7, that you might see them try to go for it if they can pick up a few here.
Stevenson rolling out right. He's going to run and not gain much, about 1 or 2 yards.
Going to bring up a 4th down, and it'd be 4th down and about 8, and this is probably a punting situation.
Yep. Bring up 4th and 9. So, gonna see a punt here.
High snap. It gets it off. Oh, it takes a great bounce, and South Pointe picks it up, but he's going to get tackled at the 2-yard line. That ball took a wonderful, it bounced down right to the goal line and bounced backwards. And kind of a smart play there by the South Pointe returner. It was going to get down at the 1, and he picked it up and at least pulled it forward just outside the 5 to the 6-yard line, but an excellent, excellent punt for the Bruins. And a big play for South Pointe. Gain of about 20.
Really nice run right there.
Caleb Sims gives his team some space up there.
Hands it off again. Gain of a couple. Bring up 2nd and 8. Second and 7. Same thing, basically. Hand it off again.
Again, another big run for South Pointe. Gain of about 10 on that one.
Caleb Sims. Two receivers left, one to the right. Hands it off again. Just keep going with what's working, and it's been working.
Looked like that was number 9, Mason Pickett Hicks, was it? Yep. Gain of about 4. Couple updates. Northwestern on top of Indialand, 37-7 right now. Andrew Jackson on top of Chesterfield, 21-8.
Two receivers left, one to the right. They throw it out to number 9, Mason Pickett Hicks. Not if they lose yardage on that play or not gain much. One or the other.
Looked like either a very short gain, if anything.
Two receivers right, one to the left. This play clock's almost hit 0. And they get it off in time. Incomplete pass.
I think they're going to get a pass interference. The crowd didn't like it because he was way, way, way back. It's going to give it South Pointe first down.
That is not the type of thing you want to see if you're a Bruins fan. South Pointe really trying to get things going with the passing game. Seems only the running game's been working so far this half, and they do, but getting stopped right at the line. Gain of a couple maybe. I believe that was number 2, Caleb Sims, the senior.
Tipped the deflector, was caught by the Stallions. Ball placed on the 24-yard line.
And a big play there for South Pointe. The ball was tipped by the Bruins, right through his hands, right into the South Pointe.
Yep, somehow still caught. Two receivers left, one to the right.
And they give this to his running back.
And gain of a couple, maybe. About halfway through with this third quarter.
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Two receivers right, one to the left. Rolling right.
Marshall throws it down there.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Bring up 3rd and 8. South Pointe in field goal range right now, but really want that touchdown to make it a 3-score game.
Third and long. They throw it down the middle, and that ball's picked off.
Intercepted in the end zone again. Very nice play.
Return out past the 25 for the Bruins. This defense is keeping them in this game.
They sure are. Very nice play right there. So now this Bruins offense has a chance. One receiver out to each side. Nope, 2 on the right, 1 out left. They hand it off. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, it looked like he got stopped right away, but then kept his feet churning and picked up about 5.
Yep, just went right through the contact.
Mikhail McCollum.
Two receivers left, 1 to the right. One's in motion. They hand it off.
And again, McCollum to the outside. Big play for Mikhail McCollum. I tell you what, he can get a lot out of a little right there.
Yep, right up to about the 35. First down. It's a really nice run to give them good field position. He had a really nice cutback to allow for him to run for a bunch of yards on that play. Two receivers left, 1 to the right. We got 1 in motion. Stevenson dives for a couple, but not many. Got a 2nd and 8. Two receivers right, 1 to the left. They hand it off again. Gain of a couple, about to the 29 or 30. Bring up 3rd down.
And this is just like these other plays or other drives that the Bruins have got themselves into. They get some good plays in there and they've got down here into the Stallion territory and getting even closer, and the drives have stalled. So here with a 3rd down and 4, this is a really big one for them. They've got to be able to sustain these drives and get some points out of them.
Yep. At this point, they go for it, right? They don't convert here, because I don't think they're in field goal range. And there's a flag.
It's going to be movement.
False start. That's terrible.
That's a tough one.
Yep.
But see, they got to pick up. If they pick up 7 or 8 yards here, I think they do go for it. But if they only pick up 1 or 2, then, you know, do you pin South Pointe deep again? You almost have to. But with a 3rd down and 9, you've got to get 5-6 yards minimum on this one.
Two receivers right, one to the left, drops back, throws it, intercepted.
Down, tackled inside the 10. There's 2 receivers there. A little bit too tall for both of them. And so the Stallions defense holds again with the Bruins driving.
This has been a really nothing but defense game since those 2 scores by South Pointe in the 1st quarter, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. .313 to go.
2 receivers right, one to the left.
Oh, that ball snapped over his head. Is going to go out of the back of the end zone. It is. That's going to be a safety.
Wow.
The Bruins on the scoreboard.
Yep, so South Pointe has scored 12 points in this game. We've seen a safety kind of like that recently, but not quite the same, where we had a quarterback step out the back of the end zone in the NFL, but
update of the Buford game, their homecoming game against North Central. Buford up 34-24 at the half. Northwestern now on top of Indiana 44-7. And AJ Chesterfield still sitting at 21-8.
So this South Pointe team's going to punt it away to the Bruins. It's the type of thing you do want to see if you're a Bruins fan. This could potentially spark some sort of drive right here and see if we'll actually see some points. If they score a touchdown on this drive, do they go for 2 at this point in the game?
No.
No?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, maybe you do. If you
I
score
think
a
I
touchdown.
would.
Yeah. Because what's 1 point going to do for you? Nothing. Even if you're 2 down and you kick a field goal, you're still able to take the lead. So, yeah, you probably do go for 2. Good thought. And here, whatever you do, you give this ball to Ladarius Cloud and see if he can make a play. Good kick. He takes it at the 22-yard line. Got some room to roam and gets forward to about almost the 45. Good return.
Yep.
Update on the AJ score. It is now 44-8 on top of Chesterfield.
This Lancaster offense really looking to get something going right now. Like we said, they've had several drives into South Pointe territory, but haven't been able to finish any of them.
And that McCullum, man, he runs hard. I tell you what, he hangs onto that ball and he keeps those feet churning, and another good 5-yard pickup for him.
Yep.
2:32 and counting.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Hands it off. He tried to.
He did. He almost
tried
got
to
it.
carry him, but couldn't quite.
He looked like he was going to get away. Third and 1.
It's a big play for the Bruins. I think you do go for it unless you have a big loss right here. But you really just want to try to pick it up, not want to risk anything. Two receivers right, 1 to the left, and they hand it off, and he gets it.
Oh, yeah.
Easily got that. Bring up first down for the Bruins. About 1:30 left in this third quarter.
And again, I've been real impressed with the way the offense has been able to move the ball, especially the way they started off. They started off looked like it was gonna be a rough night, and they've stayed with the program.
They've weathered the storm.
They have, and they're picking up yards now, and it's not necessarily super pretty, but it's workman. You get 4 or 5 yards at a time, and you got to be satisfied with that.
They
pitch it to the outside. McCullum again running hard.
Gain of quite a few.
Picks up, 8 on the play on first down. That's a great first down run for the Bruins. They're, again, in South Pointe territory, down to the 35. But we've said it how many times. What happens when we get down here? They've got to get some points out of this. They have to. They've got to be able to sustain. This is where you got to be ultra disciplined. No movement penalties. Like, you got to be disciplined here.
A little less than 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and they've just kept running it because it has been working this drive. They're gaining 5 yards like every play.
And if that's what it takes.
Yep.
You
First
keep running
down.
it.
Yep. First down and 10. Looks like we're going to go to the end of the third. Don't think they'll get another playoff.
And that'll be the end of our third quarter. We got a 10-2 ball game, baseball score right now. 10-2 ball game. Bruins driving. We'll be back with some fourth quarter action. You're watching high school football here on Learn TV. Welcome back to high school football here on Learn TV. TJ Armbrust with Fletcher Armbrust. We're in a good battle here going into the fourth quarter. The South Pointe Stallions on top 10-2. Want to mention our underwriters real quick. Lancaster County Founders Federal Credit Union, the City of Lancaster, Comporium Communications, and the Lancaster County Natural Gas Authority. And a special shout out tonight to Applebee's on Highway 9 Bypass in Lancaster. Thank you for taking care of us tonight. We do appreciate it. The Bruins give it straight up the middle again, and another pickup of 3.
Yep, they've just kept running at this drive. Haven't seen many pass plays at all, and it's been working.
Yeah.
So no need to go to something else, I guess.
Second down and 7.
Second and 8 right here. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Stevenson keeps it. Not gain of many, if any at all.
Yeah, it looked like he had to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 8. Big play for Lancaster. They got to get some yards here. We've said this one over and over again. You know, you got to get something positive here. Get 5, 6 yards here. Make it a 4th and short if you can't get the first down. Stevenson rolling out to his left. He's got a man out there. He throws it out there, and just overthrows him. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
What do you do in this situation?
10 minutes to go. You go for it.
You do?
Yep. Go for
Their
it.
defense has been great. I would have to agree.
Yeah, I mean,
They
you're
have-
not going to pin him back much further in here. You can't kick a field goal at this point. It's probably too far for a field goal. You go for it. You throw something at the marker. Maybe roll your quarterback out again and see if he has some open area over there and can make a play and get a first down.
Yep.
Otherwise, you throw it to number 10 here on the near side. Just throw it up and let him go make a play.
He's rolling. Interception. Lancaster fans are not happy with that. I guess that's essentially what a punt would do anyway, so.
So the Stallions will take over. 10:23 to go at the 20.
Malachi Marshall out at quarterback. They hand it off, trying to replicate what Lancaster's doing.
And they pick up 5.
Yep. This has just turned into a defensive slugfest
It has.
so far. Seems like both teams sort of get something going, but then just run into a wall past the 50-yard line.
They throw it to the outside. The ball tipped up. Number 32 with that tip.
It's a nice play by Josh Neal. Looked like if he would have caught that, he could have returned it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 5. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Looking to the sideline for the play.
Play clock at 10. They hand it off, and good tackle.
Not quite there.
Number 23, that's Bryce Surratt with the tackle. It's going to bring up a 4th down and short, and South Pointe's got to punt it.
They
got to punt
gotta.
that. If you go for it there, you give and don't get it, you give Lancaster a short field.
I mean, their defense has been pretty good right about here.
It has been good.
But they look like they are going to punt it.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field by South Pointe. We're going to take one with them. You're watching high school football, Learn TV. Welcome back, high school football, Learn TV. TJ Armbrust with Fletcher Armbrust. South Pointe in punt formation. Cloud back, and that ball gets
bounces out of bounds. At about the 32.
Thank you, Fletcher.
This Lancaster offense had something going right there. Went for it on 1st down, threw the pick, but then their defense got a clutch. Was it a 3 and out?
Yep.
Clutch 3 and out. Didn't take much time off the clock either. Only about a minute. So the Bruins were just running the ball, and it was working. It's 2-10 right now. The South Pointe snapped the ball, and it went out the back of the end zone. Gave Bruins a safety.
Stevenson hands it off right up the middle. Is that McCullum?
Couldn't see.
Looks like it. Number 22. Another good carry for him.
I don't know if that's McCullum or Derrick Henry. You know? Both 22, both beasts.
Brings up a 2nd down and 3 for the Bruins. They could use a big play about now.
Yeah, I haven't had many.
McCullum up the middle, another 1st down.
Yep. Not quite sure if this defensive line has gotten tired or McCullum's just been really good right now, because they weren't really getting much going at the start with the run game, at least. Not quite as many yards per carry as they are now.
Yeah, but they've kept with it the entire game. They've not panicked. They've not, tried to fix it all with one thing. They've kept to the game plan, and it's working. They just got to get some points.
Yep, they're not stopping believing.
And McCullum gets taken back on this one. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, bring it 2nd and 10.
AJ, looks like they scored again, up 51-8 now over Chesterfield.
Yep.
That was
They keep it, throw it to number 44.
We don't have his name, but he's made a couple big catches tonight and a good little play by Stevenson. AJ, I was saying, their only region loss last year was to Chesterfield, which dropped them down to 3rd place because of games that didn't get played or whatever, because of the COVID stuff happening still at that point. And so they're at Chesterfield tonight, and looks like they're making up for last year.
Yep, they're kind of blowing them out just a little bit. This Lancaster offense is moving down the field in South Pointe territory again. Handed off. Not gain of a lot, though.
Yeah, it looked like he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. Good play by the South Pointe defensive lineman to grab him and not let him go that time.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Almost halfway through this fourth quarter. They keep it. Stevenson gets sacked. Number 4.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 of them right there. He didn't have much of a chance, and he looks like he may be looks like he gets up and is okay, but
he's taking quite a bit hits
yeah,
today.
He's taking some shots.
He's really weathering the storm out there.
He's going to be sore after this one. Brings up a 3rd down and long for the Bruins.
Two receivers left, 1 to the right. Drops back.
Stevenson runs up the middle. He keeps on his feet, spins to the inside, and gets down to about the 40. Takes another big shot.
4th down. I think they go for it right here. I don't think they punt it. That doesn't make much sense. With about 5 minutes left, only 3 timeouts left. They are going to punt it, though. Looks like. So
they trust that defense. The defense has been playing well.
The offense has not, though.
Well, the offense has moved the ball. They just haven't been able. They
haven't
stall
scored one time.
Once they get into the
Bruins territory.
Into the South Pointe territory. Short punt.
Bounces the wrong way for the Bruins.
And yeah, not much of a net on that one. I think it netted like 4 or 5 yards. So South Pointe's going to take over with decent field position. Buford still on top at against North Central at Buford, 34-24. And Northwestern still in command against Indian Land, 44-7.
Yep, this South Pointe offense coming out here. At this point, a touchdown could potentially end the game right here, I'd say.
Yeah, and you know, Lancaster's they got to get some stops here. They got to continue to play tough defense.
They barely got that play off right there with the play clock. Not gain of much, if any.
Xavier Graham with the tackle. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Looks like somebody's down for South Pointe.
We're almost within 4 minutes left in the game.
Mention our underwriters here: Lancaster County, Founders Federal Credit Union, the City of Lancaster, Comporium Communication, and Lancaster County Natural Gas Authority. A special thanks to Applebee's on Highway 9 Bypass in Lancaster. And the Coalition of Healthy Youth reminds you that after the final play, the real life begins. That's the real game, you versus you. Don't let drugs and alcohol steal your opportunities. So 2nd down and 10 for South Pointe.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
And they're running the ball. Good little run. Pickup of about 8, and is going to bring up a 3rd down and short for South Pointe.
This is a big play right here for both teams.
Yep.
Lancaster does have all 3 timeouts, though.
And they run it. They're going to pick up a 1st down. Clock will stop for the 1st down for the ball to get set. Not that South Pointe cares. They want that clock to roll. .318 and counting.
Yep, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They hand it off again. And gain of about 6 or 7. Two receivers left, one to the right again. Looks like we'll see another run. This clock within 3 minutes.
And it is another run, and
Bring up third down.
another
Gain of a
third and
couple.
short.
This is, again, another big stop. Looks like we're going to see a timeout from
Yeah, Lancaster calls the timeout here. Stop the clock on this third down. It's a big defensive play here for Lancaster. They've got to get a stop. What do you expect here?
I expect a run. What do you expect here?
Yeah, I think that, of course, they're going to have to try to run it. This defense has got to not get fooled by any misdirection or anything here, and they got to shore up and make a play.
Yep, I agree. This defense has been so good all night, but can they get it done?
Got to be good one more time, one more big time here.
Yep, about 2:24 left in this game. South Pointe offense comes out with some pace. Got set quickly.
And they run it
And they
and
get
pick
it.
up another first down.
Yeah, that pace kind of threw off the Bruins a little bit. Could have been responsible for the first down.
They're going to have to let this clock run. They got only 2 timeouts left.
South Pointe offense gets set quickly.
They got 22 seconds. You're going to probably see them take most of that time. Just sit at the line of scrimmage and wait.
Yep.
Nope. Snap it with 13 left.
Gain of a couple. Less than 2 minutes left. Wonder if we're going to see a timeout.
See if they can
Nope.
stop them here on third down. I think you'll see it on third down. I mean, they snapped that ball with 12 seconds left with the clock running.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to get
Catch
a
them off
field
guard?
goal. Maybe I don't.
No, they're not trying to score. They're trying to get first downs and run out the clock. There's no sense.
They seem to be doing that now.
And now you'll see a timeout
Yep.
with 1:09. So third down and 4. 1:09 to go. Again, this is a huge, huge third down. They've got to get a stop. Got to get a stop.
Yep. And if you're South Pointe, you've got to convert. You've got to convert.
And they're going to run the ball. Everybody knows. Everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the ball.
Well, I think they should pass the ball. Because if they commit and run, fake the commit, pass it, you could get the first down. I'd say a little bit more reliable on 3rd and 4. Now, if it was 3rd and 2, I'd say absolutely run the ball. But they also don't want to risk an incompletion to stop the clock. So I could see a case for either way. Two receivers left, one to the right. And they do
Run it out
hand
to
it
the side,
off.
and they're fighting, and looks like he's got it.
It was close, though.
Yeah.
Depends on the spot. This clock is running.
They're going to measure.
Oh. This decides the fate of the
He's
game.
Looking at it. We're going to pull out the chains and measure it. What do you think? You think he got it? I think he got it.
No.
You think it's short?
I do. We'll see, though.
52.3 seconds to go.
And he didn't get it. He looks like he's short.
About that short. Good eye there, Fletch.
So that was huge.
Yes.
For both teams.
So now if you're South Pointe, you go for it. Because it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Lancaster can't score.
Lancaster has
yet to score yet in this game.
Has 52 seconds to do something if they were to punt it or get it back here. Which is not a lot of time. Lancaster, as I said, they've moved the ball many different times. Every drive has stalled once it's gotten down into South Pointe territory.
This is really, really big. The clock stops if South Pointe doesn't convert, right?
Correct. On a change of possession, it would stop.
Yeah, but Bruins have no more timeouts left. So.
And the clock would stop for first downs to set the ball. All right.
Taking a long time to decide. Now they're coming out quickly again. We saw this last time on, was it third or fourth down?
I don't remember here.
Yeah, they came out quickly.
So fourth and short.
They run it and they got it. Stay in bounds and go out of bounds. Plenty.
So that'll stop the clock when he goes out of bounds, but now they can just kneel on this ball.
Yep, so this has been a very close game up until the end. So it looks like South Pointe's just going to kneel it here. Yep, they will.
They kneel on that. That should run down the clock. We're going to name our player of the game today, Mikael McCollum. Did an excellent job running the ball. He was a workman for Lancaster. He just kept those feet churning and picked up a couple big plays and 4 or 5 yards a pop there, and was a big bright spot for that offense and got him up and down the field a couple different times.
Yep, it was a really impressive performance. He really fought through several yards of contact. And yep, this game is over, but
a hard-fought game, defensive battle.
Was.
South Pointe on top 10-2. Mention our crew tonight on cameras was Nick Arell and Brittany Duncan. Our field operations manager is Quentin Thomas. Our operations manager, Jonathan Stevens. In the booth tonight was Fletcher Armbrust, and I'm TJ Armbrust, also executive producer. Thank you for watching high school football. Next week we are going to be at Buford High School seeing the Chesterfield Rams take on the Buford Yellow Jackets. So
you're watching high school football here on Learn TV.